Welcome to Game 3 of the post-season punch-up, where Triton's troll killers, without Triton anymore, but we have Triton too, we'll be taking on some random Dark Elves. What can I tell you? Well, so far they have elected to kick, and the kick-off event was an extra reroll for me, which is good. They have the kick skill, and I've used it to put in this fairly deep kick, which is a bit of a pain in the bum. And I've set up to do some Punchingtons. They've set up with a wide line of scrimmage. Let's pick up the action from here. So I send some guys back to cover the ball. And then get on with some punchings with the hope of killing some of his players. No death there from the mighty blow Parleon dude. Put this guy over to make this a 3 dice when the troll hits. Push him forward to pin that guy down. Let's kill a killing blow here. Or not. Nothing from the mighty blow hit. With that a little wider. Send this guy back to cover the ball. Shame to send the tackle back because he's a good blitzer, but that's what it is. Bring him back to the centre to cover. Troll 3 dice hit with mighty blow just to push. And then the guy I've left to blitz with. I'll do that in a minute because I'm going to be able to use a reroll for this. And now we blitz. It's a bit of an afterthought. Into a stun. And we wander back into the line. So that's looking fairly good. We've got some decent cover back. We've got a guy covering the centre. And we've got a nice line. I was quite happy with how that turn went. Had to do a GFI with a Igig 9 Fingers, who got rolled plus agility, which is pretty cool on his level up after the last game. So I couldn't not take it. Because I figure a ball carrier who's a lino is alright. And that plus agility makes him agility 4 like an elf. He can dodge on 2 pluses, which is useful as a ball carrier, and pick up on a 2+2, which is even more useful. So if he levels again, maybe take a block, sure hands, dodge, and go into a proper ball carrier. Because sadly none of the blitz has got plus agility, so right, so I see here that I can move up, get a cage with these guys, and get a tackle blitz on this dude. So I go for it. But because of the positioning, I had to move the blitzer before I could move the ball through the square he was in. So the blitz had to happen first, which is not ideal, but got away with it. And we can build ourselves a little cage. And the tackler is somewhat protected by having this dirty player next to him in the easier to hit position. I don't want to bring him back too far. That's good enough, I think. Bring him in. So the ball's, pretty safe here. And he just decides to come in and blitz the guard dude, which is perfectly fine, as long as he doesn't die. He doesn't follow up, so I've got no pressure on the ball whatsoever from doing that. Just an attrition blitz. I'm sure he's... Oh no, he's going for his punch here, because I left him a punch on. Which is not ideal, but... yeah, it happens. But he can't follow because the tackle guy's directly behind. I've got a couple of guys potentially isolated behind here, which is good. Even better, he moves a few guys around the side. So he's putting a little bit too much behind the ball, I think. But I've got no problems moving forward. I'll tackle blitz this guy off. Now, arguably I should have moved the troll forward here, but because I'd done the blitz first, I probably should have moved the troll first. I wasn't sure it was going to be safe. It turns out it was, and I'd rather have had the tackler on the front row there, but it is what it is. I can kind of screen these guys from getting back easily. And get a nice forward line with 2 trolls, 2 Black Orcs, which I thought was okay. 3 would have been better, but I thought it was okay. A line of 3. That guy on the right's a bit vulnerable, but Yeah, I want to get forward, so I'm going to take some punches for that. Now, I bought a bribe, I forgot to mention. I had inducements of about 140. I didn't want to invest my own money, but I bought a bribe. A wizard isn't that valuable to me anyway. So, you know, I've got a potential chance to get some fouls in. I know that the minute I use it, I get sent off, so. And he's targeting the dirty player because he knows I've got a bribe, and that's fine by me. One of my least valuable players. He doesn't follow up, so no pressure on the ball. He's just deciding to pressure the guard guy at the back, which is fine. I was dodging away if I want him not to be in contact. He dodges away at the front here. Not rolling only ones, unfortunately. Gets himself a bit of an elf screen, but I can get forward. He even makes a dodge away from tackle. Shocking. Get forward here. A nice tackle hit and potentially a gang foul. I've done it better. It's done anyway, so I'm going to set up for the gang foul, I think, next time on him. And get a nice line of 3 forward, touching the witch elf with some high strength dudes. Hopefully the troll. Indeed it is the troll. Probably would have been better with them reversed, but I've left a chain push on here, but it's a chain push which is not easy to achieve, so I just chuck some people out just to make it harder to get the assists in. This black orc. Yeah, it's just hard to get the assists in for the 2 dice on him to push the ball out, and even if he does, I've got it well covered up the right here. And dodge away, which fails. I got the extra reroll, so I decided to use it here. Not even a problem. Just bring a bit of pressure up the right here. I'm quite happy with that turn. I've got him into some base contact he wouldn't necessarily want to be in. The ball is pretty solidly safe. He decides to go for a basing punching kind of turn here, which is fine by me. So again, he's got a double mark on the guy at the back of the cage. Just to push, that's all good. Puts him a little bit out of position over here. And again, it's early days. Got 4 turns to score. And I've penetrated deep into his half because of always messing about the back, so that's all good. And now I'm set up some hits here. Dodges away from tackle, shocking. So there's space over left here because he's abandoned, but a lot of my players are tied up over the right here. So I figure if the troll manages to move, I'm going to go for that space on the left there. Which may have been a mistake because it splits my team. Because by the time I built the cage, nice safe cage with a final blitz just to clear this back corner. Troll being in contact with 1 isn't that bad. So it's a nice safe cage, but I've got a lot of guys in contact. But that's a 2 dice. It's 2 dice here. Sidestep. It's annoying, but there you go. 2 dice here. And I've got a foul if I want it. I don't. I decide to skip myself 2 dice here. And 1 dice at the end, which is a skull, which I decide to reroll. Maybe I should knock him into there. Just keeps him kind of out of the way. So he's got a relatively weak formation here, just a cage. 1 corner is based. Easily base up the 2 corners. But I've got some of his players isolated, and these guys aren't a million miles away from cover. But I've certainly not put myself in the best position this turn, and he exploits it here with a patently ridiculous blitz. Gets a skull first time, which is great. Then gets a both down and knocks out Triton 2, the replacement troll I bought, which is kind of annoying because suddenly I've got no cage, I've got no defence. I thought about appoing it, but then I thought this game is not a must-win game and I don't want to lose any more players, so I want to save the appo for actual deaths. So he's got quite a bit of pressure on here all of a sudden. push helps me. So there's quite a bit of pressure on, and I don't necessarily play it that well here. So what options have I got? I've either got to blitz this guy, either with the ball carrier, which is risky, or maybe the tackler at the back, and then move the guy away. But where can he go that's safe? If he goes up here, he's going to get jumped on. He can go 5, so assume this guy's not there. He can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's backwards, and you know it's not super easy to protect him back here, given all my players are over here. I could do it, but it's not great. So I figured, you know, I'd do something a bit more risky, and that's the dodge. It's only a 2+. I've got a reroll to use on it. You know, that seems like a reasonable option. Then he can go, he can do the same 5, but if this guy's out of the way, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe over here, slightly further forward. It seemed like a sort of better plan. Riskier, but better result. You know, it wasn't a must-win game, so take him down. And then I just went a little bit mental here. I thought, well, if I get scoring threats up the right here, I can block off this entire right-hand side so he can't get in at me from up round the front here. It's going to be a long way around the back. Maybe I can just pocket it back here and have a very easy score later. That was quite useful. Where do I go with this guy? Yeah, just try and pin him down. Perhaps should have knocked him to there. Got a Kaz, that's all good. The mighty blow guy, who was probably going to go for a pile on there, and that's a dodge away, which of course fails. 2+ dodge, always a failure, right? It does umpteen per turn with no face. So I kind of get round to here, which is not massively safe, given there's about a minimum way for him to get 2 dice in the ball. So, but you know, I'd left myself in a bad spot since the turn before, so it wasn't. And that troll removal was just, you know, really ruined me. What had been relatively safe became totally unsafe. At least here, if he knocks me over, there's recoveries. And it's kind of hard for him to get around. I've still got these 2 scoring threats up, so it's not awful. Anyway, that much difficulty gets the assist in. I just walk through for the 2 dice hit. With Frenzy. Doesn't even need it. The ball pops fortuitously for me, I feel. Fails his dodge outs. There's the reroll gone. I know she has dodge, that's not the reroll gone. This, I feel, was a mistake. Because he's now freed up my 2 fast players who can potentially do stuff to get the ball back. So just for that hit on the dirty player, that was a mistake. And he's trying to send this guy around with all the... because he's edge 5. These are all 2+. The ball pickup's dead easy. Then I think he makes another mistake. Because again, that's a really easy 2 dice hit for me here. Because I got the Garda. I can move the Garda in to here to give me assist. And I've got these guys back here. One of who's got the tackle to do the hit. So, you know, he's kind of messed up his recover a little bit. And the worst thing he's done, I guess he's got this guy to get the ball in a second off me. I wanted that one to go down so I could get this guy in, but it didn't. So then I thought I'd go for the blitz next then. That was a riskier hit, but the payoff was good. Reroll that and get the power that I so richly desired. And then the scatter is another god scatter for me. That's fantastic. This means this guy can just run up and get it. Take him down. Let's go and get that ball. Now I've got no rerolls at this point. Nuffle loves me. And it's just a matter of somehow protecting it. So I need to dodge away here to guard the back. And it's relatively safe ball. It's turn 7. He needs to get scoring threat upfield to have any chance of scoring. And if he doesn't, I'm in great position. He does take the Black Hawk down, which is unfortunate, which gives him fairly easy 2 dice in the ball. And again, I've got recoveries. He's not got easy escape with the ball, just a push, glorious. Pushes me backwards. And then skulls it, which is great, and pushes me again on the Frenzy follow-up. And he just needs to get this guy in here to make it really hard, but then he fails to dodge. So finally he's rolled a couple of ones, which is fantastic. And he's got this guy knocked out, which is even better. He didn't move his scoring threat up, which he should have done earlier in the turn. So this is really easy for me now. Blitz her away with just a push. I realise she's got sidestep and needs to be knocked down. Oops. So it wasn't that easy after all. But there wasn't a lot I could do about it. And I'm 1-0 up. Probably a little bit. Shouldn't have. I didn't really deserve that given the bad turn 6 or 5 play. Troll comes back, which is fantastic news. His super guy coming back, not such great news. And I bench the tackle player so he can't be hit by a rock or something. He's my most critical player in this game because pretty much every elf has dodge. So it's hard to get them down without my tackle player. Kind of wishing I had another tackler, but I will have fairly soon, hopefully. I don't know why I'm watching the all set up for turn 8. It's a bit dull. Gets a touchback. Doesn't have a reroll though. First one. He blocks without block on his first block, which is a mistake. Gets the 1 in 9. Bad luck, pal. Good news for me. Don't do that. Part of my slightly loose play in the previous half was... So I bench my edgy player and I bring on my dirty player. I want to get some fouls in. And he's got a quick snap here. No, he's just doing hits. Oh yeah, we both got an extra reroll. That's what happened in the kill event. Luckily that was not a removal. If it had been, I probably vapoed it instantly. Oh, maybe not. Just a push on the troll is fantastic news. That means the troll gets to punch back. He just spears off over there. He's probably my blitz target. He's a very valuable player. I can blitz him and potentially foul him. Thank you so much for leaving him there. So he's basically trying to get 2-star player points on this dude here with some passes to level him. Muffs the first one. Chooses to re-roll it. Not sure I would have done, but plenty of time after all. And it was the pass that failed. So I'm in fairly good shape here for a troll hit. Make a nice 3-line there, because I'm going to be pushing a lot of resources out to the right. Decided to base him, because I can get more, it kind of lets me get this guy in here, which strengthens. Send that guy out left, just to stop him from just sprinting down and scoring. Not that I care that much about scoring. Bring him back to stop that again. Send him up to do the blitz. Maybe should I that way. He's got a sidestep though, and he sidesteps perfectly, so I can go and stamp on his face. How sweet of him. Do the troll hit first, just to push. Choose not to follow. Trolls are vulnerable to getting ganked. I'm going to have this free foul, why not? It's only a 1 assist foul, but I've got a bribe, so he's a valuable enough player that it makes it worthwhile. Nothing, but don't get sent off. And also shores up against him running down the side a little bit. I figured he probably couldn't surf me because he can't get through with the witch easily. I say probably. He's certainly not doing it from there. So there's a bit of sideline action going on here now. Ball's deep. I don't want to commit too much over here, but because he's got this pocket over here as well, so he could still. But that last witch elf going across just means he's weak on the left, so it's much more likely to try and force down the right. Gets his handoff back and his pass, so he's happy. So I'm trying to get some kind of a hit in here. I think I might have muffed it. Yeah, get a nice tackle hit in on him. And stay. Send him up for the assist. Would like to foul with him, but you can't live with him. Move the troll forward, because if the troll goes forward, I can move them all forward. Move him out there to shore it a little bit. Move him in. Just get him in the weak spot. A little bit weak there, but am I hitting? Use a reroll to no avail. So I stepped to there, which is interesting. Send the guard back just to try and peg him in. Keep this guy central for the cover. Again, he's moving more and more guys to the right, which is all good as far as I'm concerned. Weird place to place this guy. Which is weird. Why be there? What possible use are you over there? Gets a few hits on me. Oh, yes, yes. This is his surf attempt. That's why that guy's there. By doing that and having that guy there, I'd have moved in there afterwards if both the pushes worked. Because that one had to be a push as well. And if that was a push, he could then surf me off. But I'd have moved that guy much later, because the odds of getting all the pushes were pretty low. So now he's kind of gone a bit forward on the left, so I've got to be a bit careful about that. I was counting squares just outside of blitz range of the Black Orc there. And they're both down. So he's got a little, and that stun was just, oh dear. My armour breaks at 9 and his doesn't at 8. Such is life. So this guy's a little bit out of the picture and I can't stand him without him getting surfed. So I've got to somehow shore up the left. Again, Troll's being very well behaved. I can block up the left channel with this guy quite easily. There's no Witch Elf, so no chance of him getting surfed. And come into the centre, just kind of form a line. And then I can concentrate on trying to kill her. Again, nothing. No pow. She sidesteps over there, which is fine. I figure I can get a hit in over here on this dude. Which, again, bangs some more people in. She's not getting very far down there. And get a pow. Hurrah. But nothing. Let's move him back, which may or may not have been a mistake, but it just felt like he needed a bit more cover back here because there was a breakthrough point here with him being down. Didn't think he was surfable. Well, that wasn't wrong, but this is bustable. But having done the blitz first, there's no way through. So there's some interesting positions going on there. This is relatively well locked down. I mean, the Black Orc gets hit, but so what? You can't really get very far, can he? So he comes across. It doesn't surprise me because he's investing a lot into getting down here now. Again, I'm now free to... Now, I immediately noticed that I had the opportunity to do a troll blitz. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, GFI, punch him in the face, 2 dice. So it's a loner, double GFI, 2 dice hitting the ball. I looked at it if I could make it 3 dice, not really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get 1 assist in, but the second assist I couldn't get in. So if I could have made it 3 dice, I might have gone for it. But it would have left me a bit thin here, so I thought no, and I was trying to figure out what I can do over here instead. So is the troll going to behave? He is behaving. I think that shores the centre up nicely. Brilliant. I can send him around the back just to make it harder for the reverse. Which lets me bring this guy in. This lets me potentially move this guy. Now, risky, you'd say, standing him up, but no, I'm doing the blitz. Again, nothing. Makes the choice to go there. That's fine by me. Cover that with the dirt player. To step in now because I've got a bit of advantage. Step forward just to... And then dodge out to tag the ball. Just because I was bored of him doing nothing on the sideline. And 3, this guy's at risk. He's my player to take him down. So I didn't hate it. Because of where he is and he's trying to come forward. So because I've done that, he moves him backwards. So it's turn 13 and he's moved the ball way back there. So unless he gets a breakthrough here. Trying for the uphill surf. Doesn't manage it. It wasn't a terrible move. He's definitely trying to make some headway. But that push helps me massively. So now we've got this massive cluster on the sidelines, and I'm thinking there's got to be some kind of surf I can do here. Especially when he skulls it, because now I've got 3 players and all sorts. So I'm searching for the surf. Time to get him in to cover the gap, get him more into the action. There's a push. Follow that one, and then I can just push her in because she hasn't got a sidestep. Which lets me shove this guy back to here. And the dirty player can complete the surf. Or indeed this guy. 1 surf. Ha 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 ha. So you'd expect the Witch Elf in the surf or the Frenzy, but his didn't work. And mine did. Happy days. First punch with block doesn't get me anywhere. Second punch without block gets me a POW. Who'd have thought it? Troll hit. Troll still being well behaved. Don't follow up because he's kind of good where he is. Gives me a person to bring back just to make it harder for... Oh yeah, for the filthy foul, yes. Filthy foul. Of which sucks up the bride, but she's stunned, which means I'm safe from surfing, so I can now stand him up. Which really helps shore things up. He does think about coming forward. He doesn't really come forward. He's just gone over. Just a push, that's helpful to me. Dodge away. I'm thinking, how can I get another surf? But I'm also thinking I'm going to foul the Witch Elf again. So he hits my tackler. Just been punched all game long. Not had much chance to do much, but... So he's broken a guy away. Could potentially free the tackler up here. Not anymore. So he's just got this 1 scoring threat. Plus his Witch Elf. Plus this guy. So he's an immediate scoring threat. Look at this guy. He's got movement of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 2 GFIs. He's the only guy that can score this turn. So I've got to take him down. One way or another. Troll again doing his business. No failures for ages. So I sandwich this guy. Which is probably good enough for now. A little bit of a sandwiching there. I can just push him back a square. Oh, that was a GFI. Sucks up yet another reroll. But he's down, and even on his arse here, he can't score this turn. Especially not if he's stunned. So that's all good. Get him off the sideline, in case the foul doesn't work. Which gives me a 2-dicer here. Oh look, that's a surf. Second player surfed. Hoorah. So now I've got a man advantage. I can come in to pin him down so we can't get through. And now 3 plus 2 foul. Just a stun. No send off. So he breaks this guy away. Makes the cardinal error of leaving him on the sidelines. Moves this guy down, doing a pass from the sidelines. So this guy could potentially score next turn, but I've got this guy who with a few GFIs could just push him off the pitch. If he was just 1 in, sure I need less GFIs to hit him, but the ball wouldn't go off the pitch. Not that I care about the result, but you know, why let him score if you have to, eh? And he sculls it. Glorious. So I'm thinking there's a potential for me to get the ball and score here. As long as I don't cock it up. But the hits are probably more important. Because that star player points in the bag. Well, stun. It's useful, but Where's my star player points? Send him over there. Send him to bottle that guy up. Sort of bottles that guy up. Troll's still being well behaved. That bottles that guy up. Leaving him free. So he's pretty bottled up now. Scoring threat upfield. Glorious. And here it is, the blitz. Of course the GFI fails. Last reroll. Got the push. Get off my pitch. Surf number 3. I am the surfing king. The ball comes in. The view has switched for some reason. And then I failed the pickup. What a shame. Takes down the dirty player. Interesting choice to scatter it. Lands on his own player, which is good for him. Jump up, punch in the face. So the Orcs get a bit beaten up. But I can actually get the ball there. Because this guy can blitz. And it might pop it. It doesn't pop it. I just roll skulls. It was double skulls, in fact. Unfortunate, but there you go. It was a win. Agok gets the MVP, putting him within 2. His next level will probably be tackle. A little bit tackle short. The other guy, Korgak, got 5 because he got a TD and a casualty, which is good for him. Puts him within, I think, 3 of his next level. So statistics, I had less of the ball possession. I had 41 blocks, only slightly more blocks than him. I got a KO and an injury, which is fair because I had all the mighty blow. I didn't sustain any deaths, which is great. The dice rolls, he did complain during the game that my dice were a bit good. Well, let's look at his. Overall, he got a 27 skull containing things, 23 pushes, and 21. So, you know, give or take. For me, 24, 34, 32. Okay, maybe it was slightly weighted towards the bashy end, but a lot of these didn't actually help me. There's a lot of him having dodge and me not being able to do much against it. So it's a little bit tackle short. Maybe didn't use my tackle player in the best possible way. Overall, he was not very aggressive when he was defending. Oh, he was aggressive in the wrong place at the back of the cage. The only turn where he really put aggression on was when he knocked out the troll. Finally, he based the ball, and that actually gave me some problems because of how I'd set up. And he was also not very aggressive in attack. He was never playing for a win, which is fine by me. And made some mistakes in terms of positioning his players to get them all surfed, which was hilarious. But yeah, I thought I think it's the first time I've beaten Dark Elves in this competition, so happy days. And I think there's one more PSPU game before the Miners League kicks off. Thanks for watching.